Hello. We are on lesson one, and um, I just want to tell you why lesson one is probably your most important lesson for the year. This is where you get it straight in your mind where you want to go with this book. And I think the only way to do that is to just write your business plan for this book. And you might be thinking, well, gee, I don't know what I'm going to name the book. I don't know these different things. By forcing yourself to go ahead and do the book proposal, you're getting your mind set. You're saying, okay, I have to say something. So what would I say? And somehow the answers do come out. But keep in mind, you can change anything that you put on this book proposal. This is just a way to start. You know how when you're writing anything, I always say the first thing you write is your swill draft. This is your swill draft for the book proposal. But the thing of it is, once you get this done, and after you tweak it and change it and make it the way you want it, this is the tool you're going to use if you're looking to find a publisher or even an agent. But I always make this book proposal for my books, and I don't generally use agents or publishers. I publish my own books. But I think it's important to do this because it gets all of your ducks in a row. You think, oh, okay, I have to figure out who my audience is, don't I? Oh, yeah. Well, you do in order to market to them. And so I think what we'll do is I want to go over this with you for us to like Skype together or Zoom or something. But just to get you started, I don't want you to freak out and think, oh my gosh, I can't do this. What I gave you as an example is a book that I'm currently working on for myself. And so I don't know what the title is going to be because I haven't written the book yet. I have an idea of what it might be. And so I put down 3 different titles. The title could be Sapphire Eyes. The title could be The Thing About Honesty. The title could be Dysfunction, Hidden Secrets, and Lies. Or it could be something completely different. But right now, I want to put something down so that I could, it's like, you can't dive into the water until you get on the diving board. So we have to get somewhere in order to go where we want to go. And then, when you write down under that title author, when you write your name down there, it gives you power. So write your name down there and look at it. And author, Yvonne Conti. Yes, ma'am, I am an author, even if you're not an author yet. Now, in one sentence, I want you to describe what your book is about. Again, you may not know exactly what your book is about. I don't know what this book is about either because, like I said, it hasn't been written. But I have an idea of what it could be about. So I want to write one sentence that kind of grabs your attention, makes you want to read this book. So my first idea was, one sentence, a powerful, heartfelt novel that celebrates the bonds of family and pays homage to the sacrifices of the past when Yvonne finds a hidden secret that offers answers about the past and also holds the key to Yvonne's future. Doesn't that sound like a great book? So you want to write your one sentence so that it gives you a taste of what the book's about, but it grabs you. Because this is the kind of thing you'll use when you go to promote your book. But it also helps you to figure out what the book is about yourself. So like the second idea I had was, this is a story about a lifetime of secrets hidden in the dark corners of reality. They are what hold you in bondage until the freedom of truth can set you free. Again, you want to create interest. Wow, what's that book about? And then I've got several of them here, but you can read through them. When the book is done, that could completely change. So don't freak out and say, how can I write when I don't even, you have an idea of what this book is about. So just write what you think it's about now, because it trust me, it will change. Every book I've written, this part of it changed. When we got to the end, it was completely different. Because once you write the book, so much comes out that you didn't count on. Now, for a category, I don't know. It could be drama. This particular book, it could be personal growth. I mean, there's a lot of different categories. But what I do when I'm writing a book is I go to the library or a bookstore, and I look at other books that are like what I think I'm going to write. And what section are they in? And that's the category that you want over here. Who's your audience? Well, for the book I'm writing, it could be other people who are involved in some kind of a family drama, because that's what the book, I think, is going to be about. It's also going to be written as a fiction, as nonfiction. Oh, I think I have that wrong. Yeah, it's going to be nonfiction. I'm going to try to write it without. It is a true story, but I'm going to write it as fiction. Yeah, and so there's a lot of people that read fiction books. So with your book, think about who might read my book. Again, I use the library and the bookstores a lot. You can even go online and look at online bookstores, and it'll show you, like, who are they advertising this book to? The books that are like yours. Find a book that is similar to yours. If it's a spiritual book, if it's a, whatever your book might be, who reads these books? And then that's your audience. So you really do need to identify who your audience is. And, never put in there, oh, everybody's going to want to read this book, because that's just not true. Your purpose and need. Well, this is, why are you writing this book? I'm writing this book because I think there's a lot of people just like me that suffered because they didn't know the truth about their own family. And so I'm writing this book because I think it'll help people. You got to write down what is driving you to write this book. And that's your purpose. And then who are the people that are going to need to read this book? Okay. Unique angles. Again, we haven't written the book, so you're just pretty much making this up. But find out what you think your unique angle might be. In this particular case, I said that it presents my own crisis of faith, because in my family, because I thought it was falling apart, and different things, like I said, we haven't written it. So it's kind of like what you think your angle is going to be. Your angle is just like, where are you coming from when you write this book? Okay. Current interest. It means, why is your book of value right now? So try to find something that's going on in our country or in our society right now that would make your book current. And that's what you put in this section. And then, how is your reader going to benefit by reading your book? So that's what goes in this section, next section. And then, this is really good. I don't even have anything written here, but I missed it. But whenever I write a book, like I said, I go to the bookstore. I try to look at books that are really, really similar to mine. And that's your competing works. So any book where they could decide to either buy your book or somebody else's, you want to know that other book. In fact, I've been known to buy books that are very similar to what I'm writing just so I could try to make mine better than that. You know, you want to look at books that are similar to yours, and your goal should be, I want my book to offer more. I want my book to do a better job explaining. I want my book um, to satisfy people more. You always want to do more for people than the number one bestseller did. At least that's how I do. But you should list your competing books there. The back cover is interesting. You know how when you're reading a book and on the back, or if you're going to buy a book, you look at the back cover to see what it's about. So you want to have something compelling on the back cover that really makes the person want to buy and read that book. So, you know, Yvonne delivers a riveting story that challenges our deepest held beliefs. You know, it's kind of corny, but it works. It also helps you to figure out what your book is about. That's the whole purpose of writing this. And if you'll notice, I'm going to ask you to endorse my book once I get it written. Oh, by the way, you want to find people, like if you're writing a Christian book, you'll want to have maybe your pastor or a worship leader or, you know, something. If you're writing, when I was writing my books about comedy, I had comedians endorse my book. So you want someone to endorse your book that is in the same genre, in the same business, in the same topic as you, as your book is about, so that it gives it credibility. And you should have a list of people that you think you might want to do that for you, because you're going to have to write them a letter and ask them to do it. And then you write with, you know, what do you, about the authors, your contact information, and how are you going to promote this book. Now, promoting this book, we're going to have a whole month learning how to do that. But this is just to get your mind going in the right direction. Okay. And then, you know, kind of the end of this is like putting that book in your mind. Oh, it's going to have a table of contents, and then the introduction, and maybe an author's note, and maybe I'm going to have a pastor, write in the front of the book. Then there's an introduction to the chapters, and then chapter 1 and chapter 2 and chapter 3, and what's going to happen at the end. Am I going to have Bible verses? Am I going to have reference books? That kind of thing. So this is, again, just to get you thinking. So how quickly you can get this book proposal done is up to you, but I would hope that you could do it this week sometime, because I want to go over it with you, and then we're going to start moving forward with your book. But take some time and really think about the answers and come up with your plan. This is your plan for your book, and it's very important.